What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Big Vol Opinion back with another live video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. And most importantly, make sure you sub to the channel. Turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified each and every time that your boy Big Vol is going live, man. With that being said, let's get into this intro. R.Kelly asked that everyone come together and push the message about this BOP officer and Tasha K sharing his private emails and conversations with government star witnesses. Now, you have people that are out here doing the work, pushing the message. If those people that are pushing the message about this BOP officer is being attacked by so-called R.Kelly supporters, you should think twice before you listen.
And I just really want people to know, I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't going to do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing here.
Welcome to Big Vol Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Vol Opinion platform. Yo, what it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome everybody. Chaos Nation, Miss Lady T, EJ, A Child. What's going on, man? I know I'm a little late. Don't charge it to my heart, man. Charge it to my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm at work getting it in, but guess what? ATB, what's going on? We finna get it in. Y'all know what this part of the live is called. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. If you haven't subbed to the channel already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Guess what? We got mail from Kels. We got mail from Kels. But at this time, with no fun, I would like to introduce y'all to the segment called "It's Time to Call a Roll." What y'all watching from? You hear me? Where you watching from? Hey, where you watching from? Where you watching from? Last night we were lit. Last night we had Florida in the house. We had Georgia in the house. We had Indiana in the house. We had Chicago in the house. We had New York in this mug. We had Cali, the Bay Area in this thing. We had Missouri in this thing. We had Oklahoma in this thing. We had the big Texas in this thing. Man, what y'all watching from tonight? Show Kels what y'all watching from tonight, man. Let Kels know what y'all watching from tonight. We got ATL, we got Chi-Town, we got Washington, D.C., we got Fort Hood, Texas. The RVW, what's up, man? Kels got fans all over the world, man. What we tuning in from? What we tuning in from? We got New York in this thing, man. We got to let these people know, man. Kels got fans all over the world. Man, we got people, he got fans all over the world that's looking, that's paying attention, that want answers. He got fans that want to know, who is this Officer A? You know what I'm saying? He got fans that want to know, who is this Officer A that took this man personal emails and conversations and shared them with government star witnesses, Tasha K, the parents, so on and so forth. Where y'all watching from? Rochester, New York, Indianapolis. That's what's up. We in this thing, man. We lit, man. Shed a lie, 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 man. Let the people know your boy Big Vi is about to kick in the dough. You hear me? Yes, sir. The energy is unmatched because ain't nothing but love attached when you're messing with Big Vi. You hear me? That's it, man. The energy is unmatched when it ain't nothing but love attached. You hear me? I'm telling you, they not fucking with it. On no level, I would not be distracted, or I would not be distracted. I would not be sidetracked. You know what I'm saying? Straight focus, moving straight ahead, moving right along. You hear me? This is a one way. Ain't no going backwards. You hear me? Ain't no going backwards. Ain't no going backwards. Chi-Town, South Central LA, what's up? Miss Virgo, what's going on? G-Lo, what's happening? You hear me? Free Kels till we see Kels is all we yelling, man. I'm telling them, it's over with. We're going to find out who this BOP Officer A is. We're going to apply pressure, man. If y'all haven't already headed over to the website, go get to the website, man. Print off these letters, man. Send these letters, man. Send these letters, man. Demand. We want to know answers. We want the proper people to do the work and put on. Even though the investigation has took place, but the man haven't got no results from the investigation. He know Tasha K received his personal emails. He know Tasha K received his personal recordings. He know that Tasha K shared this with star witnesses. But he still don't know who Officer A is. Why wasn't he able to know who Officer A is? Why was he able to know who Officer A is? Why wasn't he able to call Officer A to the stand and say, hey, why did you access my personal records? Why did you choose to share them with a YouTube blogger that you know doesn't like me? Kel say, I got questions. What Kel say on our wish when he went to his mama? His mama say, what does it profit a man who gains the world and lose his soul? Kel say, I don't know, mama. I need answers. He said, I don't know. I need answers. And right now, Kel say he need answers. He need to know. You hear me? You hear me? When I say, ain't no love. Man, look here. Ain't no rest for the... Man, look here. They better leave me alone. Big Vi do this, and I do this with integrity. You hear me? I won't be distracted, and I damn sure won't be destroyed. Man, they try to come at me. But no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know why? Because I understand that God said no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But he never told me that the weapon wasn't going to form. So I understand. I'm still yelling free Kel till we see Kel. Who is BOP Officer A? We got mail today. Well, we had mail yesterday. But we got mail, but we're going to read it today. We're going to read it today. We're going to check it out today. We're going to listen to see what Kel's talking about today. I see my boy J-Rock in this thing. What's happening, J-Rock? Hey, J-Rock. J-Rock. I need you. I need you. I need you, J-Rock. I need you. I need you. I need you up, I need you up here. Up here. So if y'all can get up here, let me know. And boom. I'm gonna get the information over to y'all. But they've been trying to come at me. Man, somebody came on my panel the other night and did some inappropriate stuff. So, like I said, I apologize to all of my people in the chat or anybody who caught it. I had to go and edit that inappropriate part of my live out, but I reported it to YouTube. YouTube is investigating it, and they're going to get down to the bottom of who decided to come on my live and do whatever it is that they tried to do to try to get my live banned or restricted or get my page took down for pornography. Someone came on my panel the other night under another person's name and did some foul stuff. But you know what? I'm telling you, God never said that the weapon wasn't going to form. God never said that the weapon wasn't going to form. What up, Dean? But I'm here for it. I'm built for this shit. I was born in it, not sworn in it. You can either get down or you can be against it. That's just how I am. That's just how I'm coming. 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 Hold on, Sir Miguel. I got y'all. Just a second. Hold on, chat. Let me get this link right quick. All right. Hold on, just a second, chat. Hold on. Let me turn this on for y'all. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here.
At the same time, because I know who I was talking to. It's hard to trust people. People take my words, they twist them, and all I'm trying to do is get out the truth.
Yes.
And that's the only reason I continue talking is because even though I'm in the dark and don't know who I'm talking to, my strength comes from because I'm telling the truth. You know? So I was going to say, man, you mean to tell me a BOP disciplinary hearing officer is going to just wake up one day and say, let me just take a chance on my career, losing my career and going to jail, and just access all of my private phone calls?
It doesn't make sense, because personally I wouldn't risk my career like that.
That's my point. You know, let me just take a chance and just access R.Kelly's records, private records between him and his girlfriend and his attorney 153 times. Let me do it 153 times. Let me scan that to my own personal Gmail, and then let me send that to a blogger, Tasha K, who happens to know my girlfriend Joycelyn father really good, who happens to know the parents of the government witness in my case. These are not coincidences, man. This is a plan. You know what plan it is? People have to figure that out for themselves. But it's a plan. Those are too many coincidences. And who's gonna do that? And besides, I'm already going through enough. So I wrote this thing down because I don't want to be scrambling on this phone for my little 15 minutes.
I got you.
And I know my own handwriting, so when people hear me say I wrote this down, I don't want nobody to go, oh, I thought he couldn't write. Well, I can't spell, but I can write. So this is my own handwriting. I said, I'm already going through enough. And the last thing I need is a BOP officer and a blogger illegally stealing and sharing my private phone calls and emails between me and my relationship, who just happened to be the government's star witness in my case. They have to stop acting like this didn't happen, or like it's not a big deal, because it's a really big deal. So big that I believe it tainted my case in a lot of ways, which also I believe was the plan, at least when it comes to this BOP officer and Tasha K. Because ask yourself, what other reason would a BOP officer, a disciplinary hearing officer who's like a judge in the prisons, why would they illegally access all of my emails and phone calls? Why? What is the reason to do that and send that to her own personal Gmail account? Give all of that information to a very influential blogger, Tasha K. Why would Tasha K need to share all of that with government witnesses in my case? Why were they both allowed to get away with it? This happened 4 years ago. This happened around the same time my girl was flipping on me and lying on me. It's been 4 years now, and I, nor my attorneys, even know who this lady is, this BOP officer. Don't know her name. I don't know if she's white, black, I don't know what, we haven't been told anything. How does she know Tasha K? How did they meet on this planet? How did a disciplinary hearing officer and a blogger meet?
Grown right here in the Lone Star State to bring the freshest of Texas.
Yeah, people will say R.Kelly's just fishing. He's just trying to figure something out to get out of jail. You're damn right, because I'm not supposed to be in here. You don't have to fish, though, with this situation, because there's a search warrant, an affidavit that backs up everything I'm saying. People are just ignoring it. But it exists. It's in the public. It's in the system. It's in black and white that this BOP officer and Tasha K did this. And although the investigation is not fully disclosed, it should be. It was executed by a federal agent. Not R.Kelly, not my attorneys, but by a federal agent. It was signed off by a federal judge who would never sign off on a search warrant unless there was enough probable cause to do so. I don't have to lie on anybody.
This call is from a federal prison.
And I definitely wouldn't be in the BOP, being held by the BOP, detained by the BOP, and on this damn phone lying on the BOP. Besides, it's not that I'm coming against the BOP. I'm coming against this BOP officer. And besides, if I was lying, this phone call would have been disconnected. Okay? It would have been cut off on me. But because I'm telling the truth, it's not. I know I had a very good chance of beating my case. But that chance was stolen from me when this BOP officer decided to illegally.
Man, that part right there, when he say, I know I had a very good chance of beating my case. But when he said He said that chance was stolen from me. I felt it. I felt it. That's now I understand when he make the reference to he feel like he's locked in a casket because you felt you had a good chance of beating your case just to find out that that you were cheated and that opportunity was taken away from you. I understand why he say I'm having nightmares about this BOP officer. It all makes sense now. We all can understand where he's coming from when he speak, when he say, I had a chance. I knew I had a good chance of beating my case because I hadn't done nothing. But that chance was taken away from me. Welcome to the panel, my bro, my uncle, Sir Miguel, bro, J
What
Rock.
up,
What's
nephew?
up? What's up? What it do? How y'all
What's
feel
up, J
about
Rock?
that statement when he said that? What y'all take from that statement when he said, I know I had a good chance of beating my case?
Well, I'll say this. He had a chance, but you also got to keep in mind too the other factors, not only the BOP stuff. And people are not remembering this. You got that Mann Act that was in there also,
Mm-hmm.
and then you also have the RICO. So that's three parts.
Right.
It's three parts. So it ain't just the BOP stuff by itself. It's those three things right there that really fucked him up. Why? Because if you look at the totality of the case in itself, those are really actually misdemeanors, which, if you look at it, he technically served his time already. But because the way they did everything, they leveraged everything against him where he really couldn't even fight his case anyway. So even if, so let's just say, for example, if he didn't have the BOP shit in there, you still got to worry about the Mann Act and the RICO, the way they did it, because we already know for a fact one man ain't no RICO. Number two, they used the Mann Act, which had been used since Jack Johnson. It's a dirty game.
Wow.
It's a dirty game. And they knew exactly what they were doing because, unfortunately, that's the government. That's how dirty they play.
Yeah, but that one right there gonna come back to bite you in the ass. You know,
It's true.
when a correctional officer go into someone's private, not just the email, we know that the mail and the email and all that shit they tell you it's being recorded, whatever. Okay, that's
Facts.
understandable. But when you go outside of the Bureau of Prisons and share this information with a blogger who makes it known on her platform that someone gave it to her from the inside, and she makes it known that she shared this shit with a person who wasn't a witness at the time, who became a star witness after receiving this information. But my whole question has been lately is, okay, we know intoxication. Who else information? Who else did this officer share information with?
That's the $1 million question. And I think at the end of the day, and I'll say it again, I think Bajin has what she needs. I know she's probably doing whatever she needs to do in terms of the appeal and whatever briefs, whatever case law she's gonna use to ensure that that appeal is won. Of course, we already know she has a $1 million whatchamacallit against the BOP. So however that goes, or whatever that situation is going on, we don't know why, because she's not the type of lawyer that's gonna put out what she's doing compared to these other fuckers
Right,
that was doing shit. You understand what I'm saying? So there could be a lot going on that we don't know,
right,
which we probably will probably know sooner rather than later. And that's one thing I can really say about her is because she don't do a whole lot of talking. She let her pen and all the other shit do the talking. Which brings me to another case I just saw yesterday. A man was in jail for he had 132 years. I think he served 25 or 40. The prosecution held on to DNA, and he kept saying the whole time he was in there, he was innocent. Man just got released yesterday. So this shit with prosecutorial misconduct and all
Conduct.
this other kind of shit,
Yeah.
this ain't just with R. Kelly. This is with a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of motherfuckers, right? Excuse my language.
No,
But
it's real.
if you see the trickle down effect, man, it's falling down. It's coming down so hard and fast that you starting to see a lot of shit be uncovered. So we got to be steadfast and continue to keep pushing and keep talking. Because matter of fact, this weekend I'm gonna start writing my letters and shit, not only for R. Kelly but for other cats going through the same shit. Because this is becoming too common or too normal right now. All of a sudden, person serving 20 years, 30 years,
Right.
and then the whole time they saying, "Hey, it wasn't me." Just like R. Kelly said, if it wasn't true, they would have turned that phone. They would have turned that phone call off.
Uh-huh.
That's real. That's real
Well,
shit.
telling
They would
people,
have.
I was
They would
telling
have.
people the same thing, That's why I've been telling people to go and watch that TV show. That's the realest thing I can tell them to to just see what it looks like, what is going on,
Hmm.
to see what's going on with R. Kelly right now. If y'all want to know what that shit looks like in real life, go and watch that TV show for life. It's
Matter of fact,
it's a
uh,
direct comparison.
nephew, go buy the book. I just ordered
Man, I'm telling you, the book is even more so detailed if you like to read.
it. Hmm.
What up, Big Vi? What up, Sir Miguel?
What's up, brother J Rod?
What's going
What up?
what's going
What
on?
up, Sir Miguel? What up, J Rock? Yeah, I'm,
What
I'm
up,
using I'm
Dan?
using my lady thing, so y'all probably
I was sitting there wondering who that was. I'm like, hold on, now we got a female up here. What's going
nah
on?
nah.
Yeah.
It's my. I even feel like changing it. Usually I'll put R. Kelly or some shit. I just my hands are tied up. I was eating. I just click right in.
For sure.
Hey, Sir Miguel, what's the name of the
Mm.
book?
Oh shit. I'm gonna have to send it to you, bro. Hold on. Let me get my other phone. Hold on.
And I remember telling y'all about the story of this same similar incidents. If you look, uh, because when you withhold information like this, uh, what's going on in our Kelly case, that constitutes to a Brady violation because y'all
Exactly.
admitting that y'all already admitting that y'all performed. It's an affidavit that y'all did an investigation, and y'all determined in that investigation that this officer did in fact access this man's jail records and did share them with outside sources, and y'all confirmed that that outside source shared them with the star witness who was sitting on one of her lives with her. So y'all can't say the man not lying about the shit that he talking about. But why are they protecting this officer A? Why was this officer able to retire after violating the BOP policy? So he has a point. He has a shit like this, like I said yesterday. Violations like this can make guilty people become free. I watch this shit with Vincent Simmons. I tell people about this all the time. Like this man had evidence to free himself, and these people kept. They took his evidence, and know what they did? They asked him how he get it. Instead of taking the evidence and looking at what he had and say, hold on, we might need to go back and look at this shit. No, they didn't do that. They took the evidence and asked him how did he get a hold to it. The man said in there 44 years, and they interviewed the two females that alleged he raped them. And they say, well, at least we got 44 years out of the deal.
Was that the case that was in Louisiana?
In Louisiana, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
You know what that sounds like? Remember the movie Life?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, when they was working at that guy's house, and then that sheriff that busted them all those years came back, and then he said, "So what? At least the state of Mississippi got 40 years of cheap labor out the deal."
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that, that's exactly what I thought about. I said, "Damn." Whether if it's in entertainment or if it's actually in real life, you talking about mirroring the exact same narrative. Jesus.
Well, you remember movies and TVs imitate life anyway.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So at the end of the day, they're already telling you what's happening. You just got to figure it out.
Yeah. Why you think I freaked out on Ricochet so damn hard? Because I'm still shaking my head on that. 30 years ago, the movie was made, and it's the exact same mirror image of a man's current ordeal today.
This shit's just so crazy, bro. And to hear him, like, and like you say, man, he say if I'm wrong, then just leave me in here. I just don't the sound of, I'm not gonna say defeated, but you can the sound of being tired, because
Mm-hmm.
this is the government tactic. They don't produce the results that you expect them to produce, and then they tire you down with hope. Because you see the hope there, but they tire you down by not moving at a adequate speed that you think they should be. When something like this come up, they want you to give up. They try to break you, but it's hard to break someone mental when they know they somewhere that they not supposed to be.
Yeah, because they're consistently wearing you down with additional BS to go along with it. Additional BS. They still try to push continuously trying to push different stuff. And then once you think you cleared one hurdle, here come two more in front of it.
It's crazy, man. Yesterday, we got yesterday we got a letter from Kels yesterday. So let's see.
It's called Mark for Life, J Rock.
Hold on.
Marked for life.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna check something out real quick.
Denzel,
Man, what's up, man? What's up, Big Vibe? What's up, everybody?
I gotta make sure that's you, man, because there's so too much creepy shit going on out here, man.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. Yeah, I saw you chat last night when you spoke about that.
Yeah, people been out here on this fuck shit, but I tell them, man, hey Denzel, let me tell you something, man. I'm a gangster in real life, man. I don't know why these people be fucking with me. I don't know why they be playing. I'm not finna do that internet shit they be doing, man.
Man.
Why they want to play with me out of all people, bro? I don't get into that, man. If they haven't figured it out by now that I'm a principal type of individual, I'm not finna argue with these people on this internet. I'm not finna go back and forth with these people on this internet. But leave me alone. Don't come on my page with all that old feminist shit, bro. I'm not like that.
Right.
I don't get down like that. I don't play on. If I don't deal with you, I don't come to your house. I consider these YouTube platforms as people's house. I don't like you. I'm not coming to your house. So why come to mine with this stealing people profile pictures and names and making fake profiles just to come on? That's why I'm not putting my link down like that no more. I'm not. The only people gonna come on my platform is solid people that I know.
Right.
And I know when they come, it's because I gave them my link to my platform. I'm not putting my link in the chat no more.
Right. I don't blame you for that. There's too much scamming shit going on these YouTube streets, man.
Truth be told, man, a lot of these people acting like this on YouTube, acting like this in their real life. Let's just keep it 100.
Hey, but Sir Miguel, J Rock,
Clowns will be clowns.
when we get off of this live, man, uh, call me on 3-way. Dean, I'll call you. Dean. Sir
Say no
Miguel, J
more.
Rock,
Say no more.
if y'all can call me on 3-way when we get out this live, call me.
Okay.
But yeah, Kels
Right.
got I received. Well, I got the letter from off of Kendrick. You know, and it was a letter that Kels sent out yesterday. So we got the letter. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play it. I got it already pre-read, so we ain't gotta try to read the stream. You know what I'm saying? It's already pre-read, so that's the bonus.
All right. Yo, Sir Miguel,
Yo,
I pulled it up. Oh shit, and it's on Audible. And I just purchased it.
yeah, I
Mark
always get the
Life,
hard copy.
One Man's Fight for Justice from the Inside. Narrated by Isaac Wright Jr.
Mm-hmm. The dude voice is so intelligent. Like I like hearing them talk. I like hearing them speak.
Yeah, he thorough.
Oh yeah, Big Van. Big Van.
What's up, Denzel?
Hey, I had seen you something on Twitter. I don't know if you seen it, but I sent some nice picture on Twitter. Go to the DM if you can pull it up. I think everybody probably would like it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Here we go with the. Here we go. Let me throw my disclaimer out there. Welcome to Big Val Opinion, moderators. With my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Val Opinion Platform.
The BOP officer took advantage of the fact that I was locked up, and then she raided all of my restricted law enforcement information and then shared it with the internet blogger Tasha K, who then shared that information with the girlfriend, who then became a government star witness testifying against me after seeing all of my restricted information that was provided by the BOP Officer A. By Officer A illegally providing my restricted information to blogger Tasha K, my whole case was tainted because once my ex-girlfriend saw my emails and phone calls between me and my other girlfriend, she became very angry, scorned, and to the point that she turned on me, went and fought my other girlfriend, and on that same day called the FBI. This BOP officer knew exactly what she was doing when she stole my restricted information and gave it to a blogger. She's a disciplinary hearing officer. She is not a damn kid. She gave an internet blogger, Tasha K, my private restricted information so that she could share it with my ex-girlfriend in an attempt to get my ex-girlfriend to flip on me. Because they knew if they could get her mad enough, then she'd be willing to say any damn thing about me. These people are grown federal officials and knew exactly what they were doing. Why in the hell would they give my ex-girlfriend my federal restricted information, my communication between me and my other girlfriend, prior to my damn trial? The only reason I can think of is to taint my trial, which is exactly what they did by having a tainted witness giving false and tainted testimony. Because a star witness is the witness that the government is depending on to come and give the smoking gun testimony at the trial. And that's fine. But if that star witness is tainted, scorned, or influenced in some way, then her testimony is no longer credible. So, how can she even be allowed to testify against me? Just like how the BOP officer and Tasha K, who were the cause of my girlfriend becoming a witness in the first place. How are they able to get away with this, showing my private restricted federal law enforcement information? The BOP officer was not arrested and charged for her crimes. That damn blogger Tasha K was not charged or arrested for receiving illegal contraband from BOP Officer A. That's why, 4 years later, after the search warrant on the BOP Officer A and after the investigation was executed on the BOP Officer A, they're still not giving up the full investigation on BOP Officer A and Tasha K, but rather filling people up with more smoke, bomb rumors, keep their focus off all the real corruption and illegal tactics that have been put in place to convict me, keep people's mind off all the injustice that has been done to me, and try to make people hate me to the point that they forget all about the crime that's been committed against me by a BOP officer. Nothing has been done about this. This BOP officer was not a fan of mine because if she were, she would have never given my phone calls and emails between me and my girlfriend to my ex-girlfriend in the first place. So if this BOP officer is not a fan, then what is she? She was on a mission to not only destroy my relationship, but also taint and destroy my case. So she raided my private federal restricted law enforcement information for 6 long months. And for those 6 months, she was stealing and sharing that information with Tasha K, who had absolutely nothing to do with any of my case. Are you kidding me? Anyone can see all this bullshit going on. And they see it. Then they have turned a blind eye to it because it is overwhelming and grossly obvious. And I wish they would just stop pretending otherwise and do something about it. Even if the BOP officer and Tasha K were just simply charged and put on probation. Because if every BOP officer felt that they could do this, BOP officer A did to me, get away with it without facing any criminal charges whatsoever, then anybody would be safe in this system they call justice.
Hmm. I like I like how he used the term the BOP has turned the blind eye. Isn't that what they tried to say about him? Everybody turned the blind eye to what he was doing.
Hmm.
I like how Kels articulate.
See
he
that,
he used their
see the
own
thing,
words.
and that's the thing. They think he dumb, but he using so much common sense that at the end of the day, you can't put nothing past him because he paying attention when you think he not.
Right.
Yeah. What did Levi say on one of the lives? One of R. Kelly's strongest traits was memory. He said
Hmm.
the fact that he may not be as far as literary, but his memory is just like a steel trap, very very precise. And he was like, because he said he was amazed by the people that he said he was hanging around with the day he was before his 2008 trial, saying like that all the people that was around. He said, hey man, you remember that? He said, yeah, nigga, I remember all that. And it just absolutely surprised him. So if his memory is that precise, you know that creativity is just absolutely off the charts.
Man, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Bro, it's just you know um it's just to me like I think about. I'm not gonna lie. I think about this shit even when I'm not on the platform. I'm just sitting here thinking about like if they could take a man with all of the success and accolades that R. Kelly have, to treat this man as if he's a missing person that nobody knows. How does that resonate with the average citizen?
Yeah.
You don't
Nah,
stand a chance at all, Big Boy. You don't stand a chance.
you don't got nothing to lose.
And this is why I go back to say, how is it that any individual, if they're going up, whether it's the state, the government, whoever, why is it that they can freeze your account so that you can't fight them the way they trying to fight you in your own case?
Exactly.
See, if he hadn't been allowed to use the money, he wouldn't have to worry about no investigator. He wouldn't have to worry about a forensic specialist or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But to do that, that tells me you're basically saying we're gonna make this thing one-sided, lopsided, undermine it, undermine you, and guess what? You don't have a chance.
Right.
So
And
they're going so they'll do that to the average Joe, whether he's a dope dealer or whatever the case may be.
yeah, and you know what else about that? For you to go through all those different tactics means that tells me the truth is not on your side anyway.
Exactly.
And
Nah.
we can go down. We can go down a list of different shit that they tried. We're gonna start with surviving R. Kelly. Then what else they do?
Oh man, let's see. They've used every major media outlet. Dr. Oz,
Uh,
The real.
Mute his music.
Gayle King, the
Sister
Gayle King
Circle.
interview.
Yeah,
Then
Sister Circle is another one.
Sister
Yeah.
The
Circle,
parents.
Red Table
The
Talk,
the
Man.
parents.
the parents,
Megan Kelly.
confidential informants,
Stephen Colbert.
Tamron Hall.
uh, celebrities that he's worked with, other artists that he's worked with. We talk about John Legends. What's the guy?
I
What's the
can't
other young
stand John
guy?
Legend ass.
Man, I swear. Can't stand that nigga, man.
John Legend a
Chance
clown.
the Rapper, T-Pain, Tank.
John Legend ass just mad because nobody acknowledges his ass as an R&B singer.
Exactly, man. Was not saying that.
Charlamagne, Angela
Yeah.
Yee,
Ricky Smiley, DL Hughley, and Steve Harvey.
Yo. All them
Don
throwing them on.
Russell, Cass Jones, Richard Arline, Michael Williams, Demetrius,
Man from Pennsylvania.
Turned his
Pennsylvania, Gloria
man's
Allred,
Tigger and Ricky Smiley against them.
Portia Williams.
Facts.
his ex-wife, his kids. What's the woman name that Tim Savage was working with? The woman that got up on the stage, London on the track.
London track mom, Cheryl Mack.
Cheryl Mack.
Fox Soul.
Tawana Bird.
If you ever notice,
Time's Up. Mute R. Kelly.
And if you ever notice, whoever defended him, they paint them to be a piece of shit. Like what's the dark skinned lady? What's the dark skinned lady that was his assistant? Damn, I forgot her name.
Oh, Diane Copeland.
Yes, anybody that was on his side, like basically was saying it ain't go nothing like that. I didn't see none of that. Right. Oh, they crazy. Oh, she knew it was like it's always something.
But you see, you also gotta factor this
Right,
in
Michael
too.
Avenatti, Kim Fox. I
All
done named since we've been naming y'all. I was counting. We done named over 30 entities because these celebrities are entities once you get to that status. There's over 30 entities, different entities who came out against this one man that they said is guilty.
Right.
If this man has done so much, why does it take, man, you got damn near 50 different entities that came out to one man all at the same time.
Exactly. That's why I couldn't understand it though. I be trying to tell some people, man, like, do y'all know who's involved in this man's case? Who's behind his curtains doing this man? They got
Roland Martin and Boyce Watkins. That's two more.
What's
but
the name?
the
Tom Joyner.
here's the thing, gentlemen. The reason, if you look at all those people, and I'm not talking about the Abenatis, but all the other folks. The reason why they're saying what they're saying because they're going off of what they've been told, plus what's been said in the media for years.
right,
They're not doing what we're actually doing is sitting down, dissecting each and every level of the case and having access to information. They
right,
only have access to questions that's been given to them. So off the rip, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he did it."
right.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I ain't even mad at them because guess what? You don't know what those of
Oh,
us who do know the truth. Knock yourself out.
exactly.
Yep.
Do you? But
I
guess
get what
what? They're gonna be looking at you too if it's one of your relatives that's in the situation. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
So you really can't be mad at them because when somebody throw a question at you and you're not really invested in the situation or trying to find out what's the truth, you're gonna say anything.
Exactly.
yeah.
That's why you have to be careful what you say, who you say it to, and how you say it, and be wise enough to sometimes just shut up and listen.
Yeah. I I
Oh,
get what
that.
you're saying on that, Sir Miguel, and you're not wrong at all. My only thing about it is when people like that run with that narrative like that and it blows up in their face, their credibility instantly becomes shot.
Of
Fact.
course. And guess
Fact.
what? And actually that's what you want. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Let them have it. Let them
Yeah.
have it. Because guess what? And I can use this as perfect examples. It was a judge. She sentenced a dude. I think it was in St. Louis somewhere, and she had to go back on her word, even though she retired. She helped get him released. Everything she did and said blew up in her face, but she felt guilty later on because she was like, "Well, damn, I made a mistake." So she had to eat that shit. So guess what? She had to help that brother get out of jail.
And they don't talk about that part in real life. How a
You
lot
know?
of these, they don't talk about the part in real life how a lot of these judges
Hmm.
and
Mate.
prosecutors later on in life become defense attorneys who go
Right.
back and fucking they know they done railroaded people, and they go
Hmm.
back and they start working against the system,
Hmm.
start helping people because they know they've been done wrong. A lot of judges and prosecutors in the ending toward their career, they turn into defense lawyers.
That's true. So true. And that's why I said a while back, if you look at Ann Donnelly,
She
she's a prosecutor. So she
Kanik was a prosecutor. Not to cut
right.
you off, Sir Miguel. But
So she thought as a prosecutor as because she's the judge. So if you think about it, every time the defense would put something up, she would deny it, deny it, deny it, deny it. And as long as I can remember, I've never remember a judge denying somebody motions that much
But
in a fucking case. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
the person she denied and hadn't even read it.
And that
You
show
know
you
what I'm
right there.
saying?
at,
I had
at,
never.
at least Lennon Weber was giving him a little leeway at points and stuff like, and Donnelly ain't give him nothing.
Hmm.
She didn't want to. She didn't want to get that nigga a glass of water if she could.
She was already biased from jump.
Right.
Yep. The conflict of interest because her daughter supposedly already worked for the same
Lifetime.
network that was pushing for surviving R. Kelly. She might not have been working for Lifetime. She might have worked. I think she worked for the parent company A&E though.
No, I think. Well, I think it was. I don't know if it was A&E, but I know she was on some type of organization or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think she had ties to the network though for sure. In regards to that, so yeah. Oh, so she was heavily tainted. Heavily tainted, you know. But you know what? I got the book Solar Coast here. I want to just read a little excerpt. This is the part when it said
everybody mute it up. Everybody mute up so we can hear let J Rock take the flow. Take the flow, J Rock. Hold on, J Rock. Hold on right quick. We gotta throw the disclaimer in there, man. Welcome to Big Val Opinion. Moderators. With my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Val Opinion Platform.
Okay, this is a little excerpt from the book Solar Coaster. I heard the words "not guilty" spoken 12 times. Not guilty on every count, over and over again. I said, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus." The policemen in the courtroom, who up until the verdict had been read, acted like real hard asses, were now smiling and shaking my hand. I felt like the world was hugging me. Heaven was hugging me. Someone from MTV managed to snag an interview from my attorney immediately after the trial. My lawyer broke it all down, explaining exactly why the jury found me not guilty. The prosecution's star or surprise witnesses never took the stand, including the woman the prosecution believed to be the woman that was in the tape, in spite of her deposition to the contrary. The Chicago Sun-Times reporter Jim Derogatis, who broke the story and was the first to receive the supposed sex tape, took the fifth and refused to testify. Sound familiar to anybody here? Instead, jurors had to rely on testimonies of quote unquote con men and hustlers, he explained. He specifically mentioned one individual, the fiance of the state's key witness, and an attempt to solicit a payoff from me. He is an absolute extortionist and tried to extort me personally, my attorney told MTV. I was angry about that. I was upset about that. I went down there and they absolutely tried to hit me up for a $350,000 payoff that Mr. Kelly was supposed to pay. Con men and hustlers. Funny how history repeats itself, huh?
And not only that, J Rock, what did the judge say?
Freeman.
The Rotten Tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Nobody
Nobody
talks about that.
Sir Miguel, y'all ever notice how they buried Damon Pryor's his article, him saying he wanted to testify in the 2008?
Oh yeah.
They buried the hell out that article. People never speak about that.
They buried Damon Pryor and Bubba.
See, that's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. Even with the whole Bubba situation, Did they ever go and ask him, did he know anything? Did they ever sit down and have a conversation? Because if you also notice, like I said, nobody talks about the Rotten Tomato that the judge was talking about
That's the tape.
concerning the tape.
That was the tape. Rotten Tomato was the
So if
tape.
you take them three factors right there, that tells you a lot about the 2008 case that they didn't tell you afterwards to say he got away with it. No, even the juror came out and said we couldn't tell the age of the person on the video
Right.
just by looking at the tape. That wasn't good enough.
Right. And then on top of that, Dana's live early, he had that chick, I don't know what was her name, Sean, and she was up there talking about well they couldn't really. Well, he got acquitted because they didn't really, because there wasn't a date on the tape. Now, if you're saying that there's a date on the tape, how the feds come out and say that it was between 1998 and 2000 when the tape was made?
Right.
Right. You
So
see
if you
that just, but CJ, right, that just goes to show you, man, people don't really look at stuff. They're looking at the surface. They're not looking at the root of the whole situation, because they're basing everything off. Well, we knew. What the fuck did you know? You didn't know shit. You
That's
going
why
off what the media telling you.
that's why I be hearing. I be saying, what you mean you do? Like,
Right. So now you can go look at the transcripts, and again, I didn't know the judge said about the Rotten Tomato till the shit came out. But I knew what the jury had said about we couldn't verify the girl's age because it's on video. You can't. How you gonna verify somebody's age on a videotape? You
right,
can't. It's impossible.
that's crazy.
right, and then on top of that,
Geronda has 30 something years old or 30 years old and still look like she like 12.
But I don't understand how she got in that courtroom with fake ID. That's my question. Who gave her that fake ID? I never
Oh
understand
man.
that.
Well, you got to realize, man, fake ID's
During yeah,
been
during that
masterminded for
time,
a while.
it
You know what I mean?
Yo, J Rock. They got some. You see how they updated the new IDs, put the hologram, all this. Like they try to make it. I'm telling you, I could get you an ID that look exactly like
Hey,
your ID.
don't say that on YouTube,
No,
man.
no. Well, you know what I mean.
Don't you do
Well,
that.
not like that, sir, Miguel.
Mm.
But I mean like.
Yo,
Don't even
hey,
mention you
no,
can do
my
such and
big
such.
Delaware, not big
Mm.
foul opinion.
No. Let me retract. Let me retract. I seen. Let me say. I seen some shit. That shit is to the T.
But back
Mm.
then, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about the era that he was going to trial for back then. Fake
yep.
IDs was popular. That was
Mm-hmm.
the girl that accused Tupac of raping her. She had a fucking fake ID in the club she was in.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't even old enough to be in
And
that
my
club.
and mind you,
People fail to realize in a lot of clubs, in a lot of clubs, there's 16 and 17-year-olds that be in strip clubs like it's water. Like is
but
you got 16 and 17-year-olds that's working in there like it's nothing. All they do is come in with
yeah,
a fake ID.
Dang.
but that's the thing.
There ain't no waiver,
Mind
no
you,
background check to work there. But my fault, sir, Miguel. Go ahead.
shit, even in the '80s, man, when I was growing up in high school, junior high school, cats was having fake IDs. And mind you, back then, it was the driver's license was like not like plastic, but like paper, but a little like the label address thing that you put on an envelope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was sort of like that, but a little thicker.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It didn't have no strip or nothing on the back. It was just a plain card, picture, state seal, all that shit. That was easy to make back then. Easy. Then you fast forward to the '90s when people was making fake credit cards. Same shit. You go into the J.C. Penney's or Nordstrom's or whatever it is. Your homegirl or homeboy working at the register. Boom, you charging up some shit. You walking out the door with shit $1,000 worth of shit for $400. Fast forward to 2000, they start changing up a little bit. 9/11, blah blah blah. Boom. The dudes are already ahead of the game while the government and everybody else trying to catch up.
Facts.
Dang. So basically, just advancing.
Exactly.
Just like how with this, they thought the chip, when the chips was in the card, was gonna stop people from doing fraud and everything. That shit only made it worse.
But see, here's
They
the
know that
caveat.
though.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the caveat. If you take technology versus how they paid bills back in the day, I guarantee you there was less fraud back then versus now.
They know that. See, they sell you. We're gonna put a chip in here for security purpose, knowing that the chip shit is gonna be way more easier for people to access your money. They want you to feel
Bingo.
secure and not pay attention while they robbing the shit out of you. This is what
Bingo.
they do.
And if
They
you think
rock you
about
to
it,
sleep, man. This shit is like the motherfucking Twilight Zone, bro.
if you think about it, why you think people back then kept ledgers and shit of when they paid their bills?
And they paid their bills in checkbook. They kept receipts. Kept up with
You know what I'm
every
saying?
damn dollar.
Yeah.
Every dime they got spent. When they checked their account, they knew.
And also, I want to kind of go
People
back
don't
a
even
little
write
bit.
checks no more.
Yeah. And see, I kind of want to go back a little bit when they talked about the tape and they talked about 98 to 2000, and you ain't got no date on it. Now, when you talk about the tape, and then you got 3 different hairstyles on the damn tape,
Right.
between 98 and 2000. How the hell you gonna have 3 different hairstyles on the damn tape? And the man was bald headed
in 98.
The whole damn air. Hell,
from 90, he was bald from 98 to 2001.
Facts.
Right to the
TP2 2000 when
at least.
2000 when he started getting the braids. Cause TP2.com. TP2.
So at least to about fall of 2000, because the man when the R album dropped out, when it dropped, the man had about 5 videos that came out from that album.
If I could turn back the time.
Yep.
If I could turn back the hands of time, Home Alone, When a Woman's Fed Up. Did you ever think?
Facts.
He had, man.
Did he? I think he Satisfy You had a video.
That was for Puffy's album.
Yeah.
Yep. That did have a video, and he was bald headed on in too.
That
was in the fall of '99.
Yep.
So actually, it wasn't 5; it was 6. Yeah, 6 videos that came out. So unless R. Kelly got a chia pet for a head, or he got Miracle Grow run out of his damn scalp,
man,
or he wearing a full wig or something.
Facts.
Just saying.
Cause that shit is just crazy to me.
And also,
when I ask people that question, they don't have no answer for it.
Man, I swear, they just look at you crazy as hell. Like you don't know nothing. Like, so how you know that was actually?
Now, the first thing they want to say is we groupies. Y'all some super fans.
Facts.
We coming with you speaking what you consider to be facts. Why can't I speak what I consider to be facts?
Can you answer my question?
And
you can't answer my question.
You gotta call them super haters.
Man, you just like you be talking to a brick wall and shit. Like you can't, man. You get your head hurting sometimes trying to convince these folks.
And it's sad that people rather be people. You got people out there that rather be super haters than be super fans. Dang, I rather give a person applaud rather than a hate on them. Like,
and now we might see something different, y'all. We might see a difference now. I don't know if we gonna see a difference or we not gonna see a difference. But have y'all seen the latest person that come victim of the Me Too?
I saw it yesterday. I saw it yesterday.
Oh, you
I
talking
saw
about Mike
that. I said,
Tyson?
I'll be damned.
1990.
Mm-hmm.
1990.
It's in the early 1990s. They say it was like around 1992. The woman right now that's suing Mike Tyson is supposed to be suing him for amount of $5 million, and is actually filed in New York. I forgot what New York District Court, New York Circuit Court, or something. But they filed. But the woman said she filed a lawsuit in 1992, $5 million. How the hell? Why? And then she said the reason why she waited so long.
That's not the Desiree girl.
No, this is somebody else.
Mm.
Because they say that this chick said that Mike Tyson sexually assaulted her in the back of a limo. That's when this happened.
But you waited this long.
And then she talked about 1992 and asked the question, why did she wait so long? She said, well, she waited so long. She just felt like she had nightmares and flashbacks and everything else.
Well, you know why she waited so long. She waited so long.
Y'all know why.
The rumor is Mike Tyson was broke because Doug King had took all his money. So why would you sue him back then?
Facts.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Mike Tyson went to jail when?
About
90,
like 93, 94.
93. Okay. Now
93, 95, right around there.
Man, get into Google. Get into Google so we can get the dates correct. Get into Google so we can get
picture that.
the correct date.
Now picture that, right? She said 92. Now, mind you, they had already investigated him for whatever. That's why he went to jail, supposedly, allegedly. Why you didn't say nothing then?
Exactly.
Especially even when he was sitting in there. So if you had brought it up then, he wouldn't have got out. What, 3 years later or something like that? 2.5 years later? Come on, man.
Facts.
Okay, here it is. Tyson spent 3 years in prison after he was convicted in 1992 of raping a woman.
Okay, so
Tyson was initially sentenced to 6 years in prison, but he was released on parole after 3 years. Tyson returned to the ring in 1996 and continued his boxing career. So he got released in 95. So I knew 95 had significance, but it was 92.
So she said 90. She said 92, right?
Yeah, she said 92.
She about to get her ass ate up.
Yeah, facts. Hey, you know what's so crazy though? At the same time though, yo, you like, I don't really believe in like Mike Tyson and these motherfuckers that take no pussy, but it's a lot of niggas in the hood though, or a lot of people in this world that do sick weird shit. I didn't heard stories of motherfuckers doing rape and shit, and they didn't even know they doing rape and shit. And I'm just listening to a story like, bro, that sound like rape. Like, you know how many men I met then said shit? Yeah, shorty was there drunk, so I just went and fucked her.
Now,
what? Like, bro, you understand that's rape, right? She's intoxicated and you just walk like she's like she can't consent. Motherfuckers then told me like mad crazy shit out their mouth, and the shit really like, I'd be like, yo, bro, I hope you do know that's some form of rape or sexual assault you saying you did.
Now here's the parts of the article right here. It said the suit was filed in Albany County Court after New York law temporarily lifted the statute of limitations on sexual abuse. And mentioned that the woman who filed the lawsuit alleged she met Tyson at a dance club September's in New York in the early 90s. The woman was with a friend who left to pick up her car. Tyson reportedly told the woman that they could pick her up. They could pick up her friend in Tyson's limo. When the woman got in the limousine, he reportedly began kissing her. The woman reportedly told Tyson to stop. The woman then said Tyson pulled my pants down and violently R-worded me, per the suit. The woman said she suffered physical, psychological, and emotional injury after the encounter. She said she experienced guilt, embarrassment, depression, anxiety, and panic attacks as a result of the alleged assault. The woman filed the suit anonymously due to Tyson's celebrity status. Quote, Tyson is a famous celebrity, and I know I would have been attacked by the media and all of his friends. End quote, the suit reads. Does that sound familiar to anybody here?
Hell yeah, it does. In R.Kelly case, it helped shape the law for these women to do that shit.
Facts. It's so crazy. I know people that personally know Mike. They said that man is the most sweetest. Like you know, people see this one side, this aggressive like animal in the ring. That man is like the sweetest person. Like,
but let me ask y'all this:
outside of that,
back in 1992, he in the back of a limo. Who in New York? Who owned most of the limo services? 92 probably was some of the Italians
true.
Up in there. So you mean to tell me that this limo driver driving right, who could actually see what's going on in the back of the limousine?
Facts.
See you raping this woman. Quote unquote, allegedly. And this motherfucker just keeps driving. Why ain't the limo driver subpoenaed? Is he still living? Dead?
Facts.
So you mean to tell me the limo driver just gonna keep driving while this man back here just sexually assaulting you at will?
No, she's gonna say the music was blasting. That's exactly what she's
But
gonna say.
you don't supposed to ask those questions though. You just supposed to believe every woman.
Facts.
But you guys do understand why they put these new laws in, right?
Email me progress.
And the reason being they put this stuff in, it all had to do with the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Progress, hit my email, progress.
That makes sense.
Because if you think about it, if that's the case, well, then we need to go back and get Wells Fargo, all of these cats that had something to do with our ancestors being enslaved that was brought here and the ones who was already here.
And don't forget, Sir Miguel, look at that big ass lawsuit the Boy Scouts of America just paid out last year.
Huh.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
See, these motherfuckers are able to pay lawsuit settlements to these families of these young boys and children who are being sexually assaulted, like by these priests and other organizations. But when it comes down to a black man in America, if you are accused of committing a crime such as sexual assault, you are guilty until you don't get awarded. Like, even if you pay, even if settlements, they tell these females, well, you still come back and pursue criminal charges, which that's not true. If you come up with a remedy, you saying you was assaulted by a celebrity, and y'all reach a remedy, and you agree to that remedy, which is a settlement. You are not able, when it comes to the Caucasians, you are not able to come back and file charges criminally against them. But when it comes to us as black entertainers, we can reach a remedy with these people who come in with, like R.Kelly, remedy in so many of these cases. He paid settlements in so many of these cases. But these women still came back when they wanted to convict him. They allowed these women to file criminal charges against him as well.
Fact.
That's double jeopardy.
It is.
It is.
It is and it ain't. But keep in mind, one is state and one is federal. You got to keep that in mind, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where a lot of people get it mixed up. They're saying it's double jeopardy. It's
No,
double
I'm
jeopardy
saying, I'm not saying that. But if you
double
take
jeopardy in the state case. No, remember, even if you take, here's what I learned. Even if you take a settlement you can still actually go back and file criminal charges.
Nah,
I learned that not too long ago.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
Sir
It's
Miguel,
not how it's supposed to work,
Sir
but
Miguel,
that's what the fuck
100%
they
right.
doing.
They call it what, dual sovereignty or whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cause just because you beat the state or whatever, however, it's two different entities. That's how they look at it. So
Mm-hmm.
you could sue on a federal level, pursue charges on a criminal on a state, or you could vice versa, opposite. You got what I'm saying?
And see that, and that's
You
and that.
gotta beat both for you to say like, all right. And if then one or the other want to come back after and pursue charges again, then that would be double jeopardy. But
Mm-hmm.
usually, let's just say R.Kelly had went back in 2008 and beat the feds back in 2008. The state would even had an attempt to even pick that up because they would have been
But
like, oh,
hold on now. I'm glad you just said that. So out of these 80 women that were suing Harvey Weinstein, it was found that 40 some of these women had took settlements, and all their cases had to be dropped. This is the issue that I'm having with this shit, because it's the same shit that happened in our R.Kelly case, but they were able to continue to
but
pursue.
but Vi, you gotta look at it. You talking about a Jewish man opposed to a black
No,
man?
I understand that. I'm not looking at a Jewish man. I'm looking at a man, a human. We all have the same constitutional rights, whether you Jewish, black, white, whatever.
So they
Clearly,
say.
we don't.
So they say.
No, I'm
Exactly.
saying we are supposed to. We know that we don't, but what I'm saying, we are that's how it's supposed to be in the court of law. But we know that it's not justified across the board. I understand it, but I try not to. When I talk like this, I don't want to make it so much about black and white, Jewish, all this shit. But what I'm saying is, this is the reason why people should be out here advocating. When you see two of the same fucking crimes being alleged, but you seeing two different remedies being taken.
Absolutely,
Agree.
I
But see, that's the
100% get where you coming from, but
but think about this,
that
big vibe. This shit right here, right now, ain't no different from than it was in the 50s and 60s.
Right, I agree.
It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no different because guess what? The laws wasn't really written for us, it was written for them. That's why shit is so fucked up.
why you think anytime a black person starts catching on to a law and start like, you notice they change it anytime
But
they
see,
see
Hmm.
too many black people start learning the law and start doing what they doing, or
that's
we
what
got
the
to
shit
change
was.
it.
That's why the shit was so cold. That what made Isaac Wright so cold with what he did, because
Exactly.
he took other inmates' cases around him and changed laws to help him overturn his own conviction. So he used their system to free himself.
Hmm.
But see, Big Vibe, you just hit on something right there. You said he took the law in other people's cases to defeat them, right?
Right,
It ain't enough cats that's not it's not enough people that's willing to do it, and there's not enough people that want to take the time to do it. Why? They either scared or they feel like ain't nobody gonna believe them or they ain't got no support. Just by the fact that we talking about it right now, not only with R. Kelly case, but just even Isaac Wright himself and his story. Just putting it out there, it's gonna help fuel the fire so other people can look at it. You know what? We can win. We can move forward and change some shit. But it's going to have to start with us first. Just like the media is not going to tell our story. So it's platforms like yours and other platforms that's going to have to speak out or keep getting the word out. Because guess what, man? Nobody ain't really listening to us. So we got to do it ourselves. Because if that's the case, what the fuck is the black caucus in Congress doing? Not a goddamn, not a damn thing. And I'm not only gonna call them out, but I'm gonna call both sides of the Republicans and the Democrats and some of the independents that's up there, this, that, and the third, because guess what? Their house is so divided they can't agree on shit.
I swear.
But let them lobbyists say, "Oh, we finna pull this," then they'll start passing shit. They weak as fuck because they ain't got no power.
I tell you, bro, I feel like this dude, man, Isaac Wright need to go down in history, bro. The dude should be a part of history for what he did and what he was able to do from prison.
Well, shit. Not only that, think about the brother that helped the movie that Jamie Foxx just played in. Uh uh when what's my man Michael B. Jordan was the attorney down in Alabama in that movie, and he helped fight that case, and that man was innocent the whole time. Undermining shit, corruption, and all that shit.
Are you talking about
Same
Just
shit, huh?
You talking about Just Mercy?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
It's so many cases like this that need to be brought out and heard and let people know that, you know what, the system is fucked up. It's not working the way it should.
It does.
But then at the same time, stop letting motherfuckers that's really doing some dumb shit get out of jail early and then they go back and repeat the same fucking crime. Then you got people that's innocent. You know they fucking innocent. DNA is right there, but you hiding shit. That's the shit I disagree with.
You know why they hide it? They hide it because they don't want to get hit with these lawsuits for wrongful imprisonment.
Yeah. And then you got states like Louisiana won't even pay a motherfucker for after 40 years for something he didn't do. What kind of shit is that?
It's called getting 40 years of cheap labor out the deal.
And motherfuckers better realize, man, and I excuse my language, they better realize what prison really is. It ain't what you think it is. All this shit motherfuckers be on Instagram and glorifying that shit like that's the thing to do. It's still slavery, man, because they're getting cheap labor out of your ass. And guess what? If you not doing real rehabilitation, you're gonna be mentally fucking broken. So when you come out, you're gonna be fucked up in the head, and you're gonna be worse than coming out than you were going in.
Yo, Sir Miguel, I'm be real honest with you. Not for nothing. Everybody know I've been in the feds before. I know what it's like being in prison. I always tell people, I look at people crazy. I'm gonna be honest. I look at people crazy that you mean to tell me you frown upon working at McDonald's for minimum wage, but you mean to tell me you will come in here and work for these crackers for 3 cents an hour?
Right.
I never understood that. You frown so much upon that person behind that McDonald's counter feeding and take care of their family, but I seen people willingly, I'm gonna get a job. You willingly come in here to get a job, but you frown upon getting a McDonald's job on the outside. Cool.
Exactly. And I say again, if you can sit there and brag with a camera, with a phone in your cell, you dancing, cooking and shit, you could use that same motherfucking energy on motherfucking outside.
I'm telling you, I be looking at when you been. I said, yo, you didn't meet some talented people in there. You be in your head like, yo, only if these motherfuckers would come home and go home and apply that same talent to the real world.
Exactly. That's my only thing, bro. It's a lot of talented motherfuckers in there, man.
Motherfuckers cooking hibachi. They in there, real chefs inside this prison. Like, but see, you come to Louisiana, man. Louisiana is 2000. It's 2023. The shit you saw on the movie Life, they still doing the same shit in Louisiana right now to this day.
Exactly.
You still wearing stripes. You still on side the
Mm-hmm.
street, slang blading. You still
Mm-hmm.
forming. You still doing the shit is still just like slavery. Still,
Yep.
imagine a motherfucker who went to jail in the late '80s, early '90s, getting out of jail right now in 2023. They fucking
He'll be
brain.
fucked up. You'll be
No
fucked
way.
up.
No way they can keep up with society ever again.
All right.
That shit like
And
a
then on top of that,
man.
and then on top of that, if you're sick, the health the health system ain't that fucking great in there. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit.
Man, it's really messed up. Like, you know, like where I'm from here in Memphis, man. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all might heard it, like where y'all from on the news about the 5 policemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Like, where I'm here in Memphis, man, it's bad, man. Like 5 black policemen, man.
Memphis
So,
don't want to. Memphis is just like fucking Chicago.
man,
They don't want to solve the crimes. They don't want to. They don't want to lower the crime rate. You know why? Because if they didn't want to, if they wanted to lower the crime rate, they'd take that goddamn first 48 show from out of there.
right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
That's
the first thing we gonna do. Get rid of this fucking show. Then we gonna bring in more law enforcement. Fucking whoever we need, whatever we need to bring in to to shackle down on these people. But you know what? Guess what? The higher the crime rate, in the more deaths, the more money the fucking city is making, the
right,
state making, the funeral homes making, the hospitals making. Everybody getting paid, but the hood.
exactly. That's what it's like over here. Like, cause they supposed to release the video tomorrow about the how they gonna kill that man.
Man, I'm still tripping out about how about that whole thing about Lorenzen Wright in his case.
Yeah, like,
How that whole shit went. That was just absolutely crazy.
and it's crazy shit about it, man. His ex, her wife, she was behind the whole scheme shit. Got him
That's
killed.
what I know. And then her lover took and then her so-called lover took Lorenzen's body and drove it out of state to Mississippi.
Yeah, somewhere like out there somewhere.
Nah, he was on the outskirts of Georgetown, I think that was. Right, not too far outside of Memphis.
Cause
Because they was trying to say it was the cartel, drug, all types of shit.
Yeah, because of
But I always felt it was something weird about her. I don't know why. When he first married her, I always felt something was weird about her. I don't know
right.
why. I always felt that.
yeah, because I remember because there was something about Mississippi with that dude.
That's because he went to Mississippi or he threw something. It was something down. It was some weird shit. Um, yeah, it just it's yeah.
And speaking of weird, you know, we can never forget one of the real reasons why I feel R.Kelly has been institutionalized the way he has been, because I came across this other little article. Justin Bieber sells his music catalog.
200 million, right?
Yeah, Justin Bieber has sold the rights to his publishing and artist royalties from his song catalog, adding himself to a growing list of pop stars who have inked rights deals.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's valued.
And ain't Cal wrote for him.
Kels wrote PYD for him.
Yep.
PYD, that's my shorty shit.
The deal is valued at $200 million, according to Billboard, Rolling Stone, called the sale the largest of any artist of Bieber's generation.
And guess what? Guess what, J Rock? Bieber don't have a I Believe I Could Fly in the ignition.
No. No.
And look what they gave him.
And then you got other artists like Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young, Stevie Nicks, Justin Timberlake, Sting, and many others who have recently sold their rights to their royalties.
Bruce
Warner
Springsteen got their country music singer. One dude, he got that $500 million for his.
Bruce Springsteen's deal was worth $550 million.
But now think about something. It may have been worth 500 million when they start taking the motherfucking taxes and all that shit, because it's gonna be considered capital gain.
He only gonna walk away probably like 2 and some change.
Right? Now, my thing is, like Dr. Dre just sold his shit. But I'm saying to myself, y'all selling y'all shit, but y'all continue to make these motherfuckers richer. But y'all not thinking about y'all kids and shit. Lil Wayne sold his shit for 150. That's gonna probably break down to about. That's probably gonna break down to about 85 million.
Sir Miguel, when he did that, I was so mad because people don't understand. He sold his Nicki and Drake's for 150. I'm like, yo, what in the hell is Lil Wayne smoking? You sold what? Come on.
It's that shit in his head, man. You see them dreadlocks. Like,
yo, son, yo. I was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, Irv Gotti, I say Irv Gotti got a good deal. Because people don't even know. He sold half of it and he got 300 million.
But here's what I'm saying though, Dean. I get all of that. But you think about it. Is these white folks selling shit to us?
Hell no. And
exactly.
Sir Miguel, if they giving you 300 million, you gotta really sit down and think, damn, if they giving me 300 million, how much they about to turn around they gonna make off of this?
They giving you 100. They giving you 100 million on every billion. That's gonna be their tax write-off.
Exactly.
And see with Justin Bieber's catalog, like I said, the publicist said he witnessed him growing for 15 years. Now Justin Bieber's been in the game 15 years, $200 million. Kale's been in there for 30, and he's already got about 4 albums already hit their 25th anniversary with their silver anniversary, which now makes his catalog even more valuable. So now it is going to be rolling. Plus, he got 2 more albums about to hit that silver anniversary this year also. So now, if you look at R.Kelly's catalog, that value just going to keep rolling and rolling. And they know his catalog can damn near corner the damn market.
But to my point, J-Rock, people are giving up their legacy. So if you think about a small chunk of change, it seems like it's a lot on the surface, but when you're talking about longevity, generational wise, you're talking about billions of dollars.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Because when you take a look at it, like I said, in regards to what the BS that Drea pulled, I said time and time again. She turned around and destroyed the black generational wealth for white kings.
Exactly.
I said she was jealous of her kid because she knew what her kids had coming. And what Sir Miguel is speaking on, he's talking about residual income, shit that's gonna go on for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I'm gonna do a deal like that, selling all my shit to y'all, I'm gonna sell a percentage. Man. I don't give a damn if I 10%. That 10% is still gonna feed my.
Exactly. Because you think about this: when Sony bought the catalog back to Michael Jackson's family estate, they got it for $250 million. 3 days later, that catalog jumped to $2.3 billion fucking dollars.
Hell yeah!
Exactly.
I heard it.
$2.3 billion goddamn dollars.
They knew it was worth. They knew it was worth that already. That's why your boy
And every year his increase shows that he's worth more dead than alive. Cause you ever know
That's
soon
why
as he
Paul
died,
McCartney was mad as fuck.
soon as he died, they didn't even give that man a week. They selling everything. Oh, his clothes. They
Man,
were selling like his
But
clothes for millions and millions of dollars.
the
I'm
kids
like,
held on to the music long as they could until they got that big ass check. But dude, you get 250 million. What the fuck is that when your daddy then bought the Beatles for fucking 65 million?
man.
What is
which
250 million
which was in the wait, and he bought that in the 80s.
in the 80s?
Yeah.
60 million in the 80s. That's some money.
Right. See, it
And
showed
you
you
gonna
that he
sell
was
your
smart.
daddy shit for 250? Are you serious?
Facts.
But see, where Michael Jackson messed up at was he allowed these two white boys to become the executors of his estate.
Right.
Then his mother was the third person in line. You mean to tell me nobody in that family couldn't be a part of that shit?
You
You could
you
have
you
held
know
on to that shit.
you know
But
what's so crazy, Sir Miguel? A lot
yes,
of
sir.
people might not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but they would never let Joe Jackson get his hands on that, and that's who
Oh yeah,
rightfully should have had. That's who
Well,
rightfully should have had it.
that's one they really don't like Joe Jackson. Like,
Come
cause
on,
he
but
they don't
you're
like
right.
they don't like. I'm telling you, Joe Jackson been painted as a monster because he's a strong black man.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate that.
exactly.
He's an alpha male.
'Cause I
But
think
see,
it was
that's the thing. Whether if it was the daddy, mama, somebody, it's the same thing with Tupac situation. His shit goes right back to Warner Brothers. I could never understood why his mother did that in the first place. There's other brothers and sisters that could have been a part of the shit. But these dudes is fucking up the money anyway.
First,
you know what?
first thing they gonna do, Sir Miguel, is go buy some jewelry and a car.
You know what?
You're right.
You know
That's
what?
the
But we still be on the bottom of when it comes to longevity in terms of wealth. We're still on the bottom. Our people are still on the fucking bottom.
far.
Here's an
BET,
article to check out if you get a chance.
owned by Bob Johnson.
Yeah.
Now he
Here's an
sells
article.
it to Viacom.
Show me a black man that owns a bank on the level of a Wells Fargo, BOA, or a Chase, or a Capital One, or a TD. Show me a black man that owns a Sony or Warner Brothers, Epic Records, or something. You can't show me a black man that owns an NFL or
When a
NBA
black man,
team.
you know what happened when a black man show ownership? Other black people tear them down.
Man,
Facts.
Hmm.
sure.
Look, even with Suge Knight, I know a lot of people hated
Look
that
at the
man. That
bad,
man. That
look
man.
at the bad name, the bad stigma they put around Puff Daddy. Bad stigma they put around Suge Knight. The bad stigma they put around Jay Prince. The bad stigma they put around Master P. Like it seems like if we own something, we're afraid to see our own people own something.
Yeah, that's the jealousy right there.
Mhm. You know what?
Well, see, in
Here's a
terms of Suge Knight, I'm gonna
That,
go 50-50. Because some of the shit he did cause on himself,
Nah,
and
100%.
and
true.
some of the and some of the cats that I knew around him, because about me living in the city of Carson, which is right in Compton, some people I knew that was part of his shit, still gang banging in the streets and all that other kind of shit, and I understand the business. You can't do that shit.
Facts.
You can't have $150 million company
Yo,
and you still
right.
yo,
got niggas in the street that's
yo,
gang banging doing
Sir,
that shit in your business. Come on, man.
Sir
Yeah.
Miguel, I was just talking about it with my man's earlier. I said, people gotta, people gotta get out their head, I'm a street nigga, I'm this and that. Once your ass ink $1 million deal or $1 billion deal, them white people don't care about that street shit. You are no longer a street motherfucker. You are a well-paying person. So conduct yourself like somebody that has money. They don't care nothing about that.
Mm-mm.
You are you these people are paying you millions and millions of dollars for you to sit there and still talk about, oh yeah, I'm a street nigga, I'm still in the streets. That's the dumbest shit. You what? Like you sit here and talk about, yo, I want to get out the hood so I could do such and such for my mom. But still want to sit down and glorify the street life. You can never get me to understand shit like that.
And truth be told, he wasn't even a banker. He went to UNLV. Dude had decent
Thank you,
grades the whole 9 yards. Wasn't no
thank
banker
you,
Yeah.
thank you.
He
at
played football at
all.
UNLV too.
Yeah, at
Mob
all.
James,
Wasn't a
Mob
banker at
James,
all.
Mob James always talk about it. He always be like, yo, he said, don't get it twisted. He said, Suge Knight's not a punk. Which is like, yo, people gotta get this out their head. Just because you not in the streets and nothing, that don't make you gotta be a punk. There's men that ain't gangbanging, they stand up dudes. They're not gonna let you chump them. But people feel like, oh, I gotta show some form of streetness in me for people to give me that credibility. This shit is just stupid to me. And it's coming and nothing. It's coming from somebody that once was like, oh yeah, I'm a street nigga. That shit is dumb. Like, man, that shit is stupid.
When I was in the
Because y'all
streets,
remember,
I was in the streets. But as an adult, when I became a father, man, the way I
Thank you,
looked
Big
at
Boy.
life, that shit was totally. The streets wasn't shit. I didn't took plenty of penitentiary chances, but at the same time, you know what? I took them chances so that my kids will never have to do that shit. You
Facts.
know, I look at myself today, the man I am today. I can look back 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like, damn boy, you was really out here trying shit. But I was trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to make it by all means necessary, whatever it took. But I thank God for sparing me and showing me a different way. Because guess what? The streets don't love nobody. How many motherfucking bodies then got left in the street? And guess what? The street's still there. The street ain't gonna go nowhere.
Exact. Yo, Big Boy.
because truth be, because
Yo,
truth
Big
be
Boy,
told,
motherfucker.
remember the body Suge Knight's bodyguard that got killed in Atlanta?
Yeah,
That was my homeboy Big Jake that I played ball with back in the day.
that's crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact. It was Big Jake that got hit. That's crazy. That's crazy, sir. Something guy.
Jake
Sorry
Robles,
for your loss.
named Jake Robles. Yes, played ball with him back in the day. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I always hear Mob James and them always talk about Big Jake and like when I be listening to
Solid,
them.
solid dude, man.
And that's the thing about it. A lot of these cats play street and they hang with people, and then innocent people become casualties because of their heroics. They want to be so street. Innocent people get killed because you want to be street. You
Right.
know, they want to be with you, but you portraying to be something that you not, which caused them to be in harm's way and get hurt. Like I have brothers that gang bang, all that, but you know what I do? Man, them motherfuckers can't get a ride from me. I ain't putting you on my
Facts,
Mhm.
car. You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Because I understand. I put you on my car. I got my son in the car. Somebody shooting at my car trying to shoot you. My son get hit. Now I'm not even mad at the person who shot you or who was shooting at you. My beef is finna be with my brother because you know you out here in these streets living like this. Why the fuck you get in my car?
Mhm.
But at the same time, I gotta be smart enough to tell my brother, look, I can't give you no ride, man. You hot.
Facts.
Exactly.
And if he really love you, he will understand.
Mhm.
His certain people got this. Oh, damn, why you acting like that? Nah, like you gotta really sit there. Yo, as I said, when I was in the streets, heavy eye by like if my mans and them tell me no, and it's crazy to me. Like all my friends will tell you, like everybody would tell you, they'll be like, yo, Deem the only one out of all his my friends is like on the technical what they want to call it squares, which I don't consider them like just because you work a 9 to 5 or do what you do, that don't make you a square, whatever that well, that's the terminology that people want to use to put on regular everyday civilians or whatever the case may be. But like I'm the only one out of all my friends that was into that in that life, and that shit is. I tell you, that shit is stupid. You like, man, like the way I thought when I was younger. That shit, I tell people that shit's for idiots. But one thing you would never get me to understand, you got these new age motherfuckers that these motherfuckers wait until they 30 and 40 to want to now jump in the streets. These ass backwards
Right.
niggas. Yo, Sir Miguel, those motherfuckers, those what you call clowns.
Right.
The definition of a clown.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm about to
As
I'm about to hit the sack in a couple minutes here, but before I go, I want to hip y'all up to an article. Sony buys out Michael Jackson's estate share of EMI Publishing for $288 million. Now,
this recent?
this is nearly
2009.
4 years ago. I'm gonna give you a brief rundown. Like I said, in May of this year, Sony had reached an agreement with a consortium led by Mubadala Investment Company to acquire 60% stake in EMI Publishing, held by Abdul Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Company. The $2.3 billion cash deal, which is subject to certain closing conditions and regulatory approvals, was to give Sony about 90% of the equity in the EMI catalog, with the rest held by Michael Jackson's estate. In the earnings notice this morning, Sony revealed it has this month acquired the estate's 9.8% of holdings for $287.5 million, which will make EMI a wholly owned subsidiary of Sony. Now, here's the deal.
Dang.
This article was broke out July 31st, 2018. Joe Jackson died June 30th, 2018. They did this after Joe Jackson died.
Right. Slick right there.
Crazy, ain't it?
Sound like how they went out to R.L. and her family after their daddy died, huh?
Yep. I'm gonna call it a night though, man. Y'all take care, everybody on the panel. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Chat, much love to everybody. Looking
Much
forward to
love.
making with
Much
y'all.
love to you. I love you, my brother. Hope you get
Love,
some
bro.
good rest.
Call me whenever you get a chance, bro. Just call me whenever you get a chance. I know
For sure. I'm definitely gonna hit you up, man. Y'all take care, man. Y'all have a great night. Definitely looking forward to linking up with y'all later on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay.
Take it easy.
Definitely got to be watching my eyelids soon too.
All right, hold on. Let me run this disclaimer. Then we're gonna run these videos down. Drop this disclaimer and run this video. You know, we can get up out of here, man. Try to get up out of here in the next 15 minutes. Welcome to Big Vow Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Vow Opinion Platform.
While one of the government witnesses was sitting there with Tasha K on the internet, there's a picture of it. It's a go figure that my information was being shared with, witnesses. And it was being shared by the Tasha K. So A BOP officer, disciplinary hearing officer, which is a judge in the Bureau of Prisons. How do you even know a YouTube blogger? These questions you have to ask yourself. These questions people have to ask themselves. And I'm not going to lie. I don't have anything bad against the BOP. I don't have anything, I'm not mad or anything or have anything against law enforcement or anything. I just have something against this one individual who accessed illegally my records 153 times. And on that same day, the affidavit said that there were 60 other BOP employees that accessed my records illegally on that same day. So there you have 61 BOP employees that work for federal that illegally access my records, my phone calls, my emails. And the last time, and when you talk to your, just put it like this, when you talk to your female, I'm kind of pausing because I want to make sure that I don't go into my case.
Right,
so
right.
Excuse me for that.
No, you're fine.
But to give you a scenario, if you tell one woman, hey, I'm going to give you the money, you put the money behind the blue couch, and because the other lady is spending the money, and she's not supposed to be spending it because I need that money for lawyers. So you're being more responsible. You take the money, put it behind the blue couch, and don't tell her, just hold it and use that for emergencies or if I need anything or pay bills or whatever. The other woman is not supposed to know the very next day where that money is.
Right.
I'm not supposed to get a call, which I did from my girl saying they took the money, they left a note saying F you and F him, I'm going to do what I have to do. These things is happening. These things happening in 2019, and then I get another visit from the woman who took the money, and she tells me, since when did you start giving her the money, and why did you tell her to put it behind the couch and not tell me? Don't lie to me. I heard the phone call. So in 2019, I'm trying to figure out how the hell did she hear that phone call? In 2019, I'm trying to figure out why would she tell me in the last visit that, and since when did you start calling her Cookie? By nickname on email. I'm trying to figure out how the hell did she know I call her Cookie? She say, don't lie to me. I fucking saw the emails. Excuse my language. I saw the fucking emails. That's what she said. And why would you tell your lawyer that you're not leaving her for me? Well, I did actually have that conversation with my lawyer. And now I'm trying to figure out how the hell she hear this. She say, I don't give a fuck. I know your voice. You cannot fucking lie to me. I know your voice. Well, I wasn't debating whether she knew my voice or not. I was in my mind trying to figure out, in 2019, how did she know?
Yeah.
Well, in 2019, a BOP disciplinary hearing officer was illegally accessing my phone calls, my emails, and sharing them with Tasha K. Tasha K said it on her own podcast, on platforms, that she was sharing that information with government witnesses' parents. While one of the government witnesses was sitting there with Tasha K on the internet, there's a picture of it.
Yo,
That's deep right there. That's real deep. I mean,
man,
why
you gotta cheat. It just ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question. All right, you seen how he had he said he went to the bank. He only had 300K, right?
Uh-huh.
It, if you notice, remember, few months prior to that, he supposedly had like 4 million in the bank account. And remember, they kept noticing money kept getting taken out and taken out. Who y'all think was taking out that money the whole time?
Well, they had the R.Kelly LLC. They had R.Kelly Incorporated. They had an R.Kelly Co. Inc. The man had so many accounts attached to his main account to where when they showed the web on in court, he get the money, but the money this man had about 5 or 6 different accounts where the money was going to. Soon as it come in, it was redirecting money everywhere. I never seen this type of shit before. Besides, people with this type of money. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
But they showed the web in court to try to form an enterprise. They say, man, when his money touched his account, the money was going out in so many different directions. It was crazy.
That showed it right there. He was really paying attention on what's really going on. Cause he ain't that stupid like that. Like it's crazy.
But he decided to pay attention when everything has been done now.
Right.
He caught them at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had a lot of trust. He put a lot of trust into people that he thought had his best interest.
Right.
They was only interested in the money.
Only interested in the money.
My
Cheryl Mack,
bad, Bob. My shit had crashed.
Cheryl Mack making 100,000+ a year with no fucking experience.
Facts. To me, it's sad that June was getting 150K a year, but it's just crazy to me that June was his man's from the sandbox, and you got these motherfuckers over here making more money than June and taking more money than him. Like that shit is ridiculous to me.
He should have been more aware of his money.
Definitely, bro. I know that's one thing he regret big time. Cause when I seen that thing, he had $4 million, and within like 2-3 months later, he down to 300K. I'm like, damn.
That's why the president, I think the president of the SunTrust Bank had sent them information saying had some funny activity going on, so they ended up closing it. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? He was like, "No, this ain't right."
Could they kept saying, cause the lady said like they made a specific, like a phone call specifically personally out to him, and it was like, yo,
Hmm.
were you the one that's making it? He was like, no. So they was like, yo, they was like for like the past what such and such months, they say, yo, somebody kept coming in here like, and then she said it was like different people
And
coming
making
in like
withdrawals and
every,
shit.
you feel me, coming in every other day, taking out 200K here, 500K here, 75K. I'm just like, damn. As I said it's kind of even crazy to me that R. Kelly only even had $4 million in the account. R. Kelly's supposed to have at least a good $30 million in his account.
For
And
everything,
it's R.
everything
Kelly.
he was requesting, they were getting everything that he was requesting, so he never thought to check his account.
Facts.
So he probably let's say for example he said he need 50,000. They probably took 100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Gave his 50, then kept the rest. Or he need 200,000. Or we gonna take 400,000. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
He that he everybody said that's what anytime what you call it, like with his tours and say they wanted to do an album, he said they would take out these crazy advances because he's an artist that he's guaranteed gonna recoup it. They're saying, yo, Kels, they'll take out like a $5 to $10 million advance and probably only get a man but 750K and everybody breaking down the other $8-9 million. I'm like, damn, like that's how y'all was doing this, man.
And then mind you, he was if they was doing that, they wasn't paying the taxes on the actual money that he was getting in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that was another sucker move. You know what I mean?
Fact. Cause remember he had owed the IRS for like it was like 22 million, and then
Mm-hmm.
he winded up. Little people know he wound up working his way down. Why you think his
Mm-hmm.
net worth says the -2 million? Because he paid off damn near majority of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like that's why people understand why you think R.Kelly ass was always on tour. You can't name me an artist that been on tour more than that man.
Or making albums and shit.
Like not for nothing. He was at an older age. He was supposed to be touring because he wanted a tour or just you feel me. He was really touring like to make ends meet. 'Cause everybody kept stealing from him.
And then
Right.
the wife on his ass about fucking child support every month. And my thing is, I know he paid her millions and shit.
Oh
And
hell
then
yeah.
on top of that, you go get remarried. Why you still using this man last name?
Well,
But he's supposed to be this monster and shit. Come
facts,
on,
sir.
man. That
Facts,
shit
sir,
don't even make
Miguel.
sense.
She winded up getting married. Literally, that marriage only lasted like what 2 months.
Something like that.
She was in the. You didn't see the video of her on live. She was on the video with the married dude inside the V. She playing cows and throughout the live, all she kept was talking about him.
My baby
While
daddy.
she with the new husband. I'm like, yo, son, shorty, you disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
That's
I understand. R. Kelly, your baby father's your ex. Like you feel me, your family, no matter what. But it's like, yo, damn, like yeah, we know it's gonna be hard to escape like somebody coming up and speaking. But it's like, dang, like certain shit.
But the new guy's R. Kelly fan too, so he don't care.
That made perfect sense then, cause me, as I said, to me, the alpha male and me, just me, like, man, as much as I love me some cows too, I'd have probably been like, yo, I love me some cows, but I'd have been like, yo, we ain't gonna keep doing this.
He quiet because he working on that bag to come, so he can run off on her ass.
I just like don't get me wrong, I'm a person, yo, looks ain't everything to me. Like it's not. I judge a female on how she treat me and if she genuinely cares about my well being and stuff like that. But it just I don't know what R. Kelly has seen in Drea.
Yeah.
She
The thing is, they don't start out that way. They turn out that way. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
facts, Vi. That was very well put together and said.
And mind you, I'll say again, if somebody's such a monster, he did all these horrible things. Why the fuck you carrying his last name still? Excuse my language and all, but to me,
Mm-hmm.
that means that's disrespectful to you and your kids at the end of the day. If he's that bad, you don't need to carry his name.
Facts.
Go
Hey,
back to your maiden name and keep it pushing.
hey, I feel about to get out of here. It's getting a little late and stuff. But I'll holler at y'all again if y'all do another live.
All right, brother Denzel. Have a great night.
You
All
know
right,
how
Denzel.
to
Good night.
you know how to access the link from now on. You know, we're gonna be doing it that way, man.
Right.
The link will no longer be dropped in the chat no more. So it's gonna be
Right.
direct.
Yeah, that's fine. And also, Big Fat, make sure you'll check out my picture I sent on you on Twitter.
All right. You inbox it to me?
Yeah, it's on the DM message.
All right.
You probably could pull it up
Appreciate
right now and show it. You know, it's real nice.
Let me see. Cause I'm on my cell phone. I'm at work.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But if you can post on the community post.
Yeah, it's not showing on my. You say on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold on, right quick. Sure. How the hell you did this,
Man, you know, I take graphic design, so graphic arts. Yeah. You can probably post it on here, you know, share it on the screen for yeah. Yeah. That was like doing his, you know, his birthday. I decided to do.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I see your little artwork.
Yeah,
That's
appreciate
fire.
it.
You got
Appreciate it.
down braids and everything.
That's
Yeah,
fire.
that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, appreciate it. You know, I'm in school, you know, college, you know, I'm taking up for graphic arts.
Okay. Oh, so you're
Yeah.
gonna be able to do a whole lot of little designs and all type of shit you're gonna be doing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, this is my last semester, you know.
Just don't go to Hollywood, man. They're gonna kill your dream.
Shit, man, I swear, just stay away from that part.
Yeah, I might have to reach out, boy. Make me some business cards with some nice little
All right.
logos and shit on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah,
That's fine.
it's like illustrator.
Yeah, that
You
shit
got
is
the
dope.
glasses is cold as fuck.
Mm-hmm. That shit is dope.
I appreciate y'all. You can post it on the community post, you know, for anybody else
Yeah.
to see it.
I'm gonna do something with it. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put it in rotation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know it's late and everybody finna be getting up in the morning. I'm at work, so when everybody getting up to go to work, I'm gonna be getting ready to go to sleep. So
Right.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that. So I'll make sure I keep this in rotation though.
yeah, appreciate it. I already had posted on the fan page on Facebook and IG, so a lot of people loved it.
Yeah, that's nice. So before we get up out of here, Denzel, Dean, we gonna hear the letter that was received yesterday. We're gonna hear the letter that was received yesterday. I'm encouraging people, if you haven't checked out the website, go check out the website, download the PDFs. The letters is already written. The letters are thorough. They are detailed. Everything is already attached. The affidavit and everything is already attached to the letters. All you have to do is sign your name and put it in the mail.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right, then I'm finna head out, man. You know, and y'all stay safe, man. Be blessed. Salute to chat, people. Y'all have a good night.
Salute, Denzel.
Good night to you, Denzel.
You too. Bye.
all right, here we go with the letter. We got a letter from Kels, man. Letter from Kels.
The BOP officer took advantage of the fact that I was locked up, and then she raided all of my restricted law enforcement information and then shared it with the internet blogger Tasha K, who then shared that information with the girlfriend, who then became a government star witness testifying against me after seeing all of my restricted information that was provided by the BOP Officer A. By Officer A illegally providing my restricted information to blogger Tasha K, my whole case was tainted because once my ex-girlfriend saw my emails and phone calls between me and my other girlfriend, she became very angry, scorned, and to the point that she turned on me, went and fought my other girlfriend, and on that same day called the FBI. This BOP officer knew exactly what she was doing when she stole my restricted information and gave it to a blogger. She's a disciplinary hearing officer. She is not a damn kid. She gave an internet blogger, Tasha K, my private restricted information so that she could share it with my ex-girlfriend in an attempt to get my ex-girlfriend to flip on me. Because they knew if they could get her mad enough, then she'd be willing to say any damn thing about me. These people are grown federal officials and knew exactly what they were doing. Why in the hell would they give my ex-girlfriend my federal restricted information, my communication between me and my other girlfriend, prior to my damn trial? The only reason I can think of is to taint my trial, which is exactly what they did by having a tainted witness giving false and tainted testimony. Because a star witness is the witness that the government is depending on to come and give the smoking gun testimony at the trial. And that's fine. But if that star witness is tainted, scorned, or influenced in some way, then her testimony is no longer credible. So how can she even be allowed to testify against me? Just like how the BOP officer and Tasha K, who were the cause of my girlfriend becoming a witness in the first place. How are they able to get away with this, showing my private restricted federal law enforcement information? The BOP officer was not arrested and charged for her crimes. That damn blogger Tasha K was not charged or arrested for receiving illegal contraband from BOP Officer A. That's why 4 years later, after the search warrant on the BOP Officer A and after the investigation was executed on the BOP Officer A, they're still not giving up the full investigation on BOP Officer A and Tasha K, but rather filling people up with more smoke, bomb rumors, keep their focus off all the real corruption and illegal tactics that have been put in place to convict me, keep people's mind off all the injustice that has been done to me, and try to make people hate me to the point that they forget all about the crime that's been committed against me by a BOP officer. Nothing has been done about this. This BOP officer was not a fan of mine, because if she were, she would have never given my phone calls and emails between me and my girlfriend to my ex-girlfriend in the first place. So if this BOP officer is not a fan, then what is she? She was on a mission to not only destroy my relationship, but also taint and destroy my case. So she raided my private federal restricted law enforcement information for 6 long months. And for those 6 months, she was stealing and sharing that information with Tasha K, who had absolutely nothing to do with any of my case. Are you kidding me? Anyone can see all this bullshit going on. And they see it. Then they have turned a blind eye to it because it is overwhelming and grossly obvious. And I wish they would just stop pretending otherwise and do something about it. Even if the BOP officer and Tasha K were just simply charged and put on probation. Because if every BOP officer felt that they could do this BOP Officer A did to me, get away with it without facing any criminal charges whatsoever, then anybody would be safe in this system they call justice.
Shit crazy, man. He say the motherfucker came and fought his girlfriend and came visit him, went and fought his girlfriend, and called the FBI right after that. That's crazy. So, like I say, man, I want to thank everybody who came tonight. We supposed to have started at 7. We got a late start to the live, but I appreciate everybody that came over, hung out, watched the live. We had a great conversation tonight. We touched on a lot of different topics, but as always, great live, great live, great live. Thank you all enough for coming over, hanging out with me. Shout out to the best chat on YouTube. We worldwide in the chat. So we're gonna keep pushing it. We're gonna keep promoting this message. And we're gonna keep trying to bring awareness to this case and the injustice that has taken place within this case. And we ain't no quitters. We ain't gonna give up. We're gonna keep fighting until we see the results that we want to see.
All right, my brother. I love you. I love you, big bro.
All
I
love, bro.
ain't gonna
Love you too, bro.
hit me in the morning, man.
Stay vigilant, man. Stay
All
vigilant.
right. Same to you, same to you. Hit me in the morning.
Bet I
Brother
will.
Dean,
Yo,
salute.
yo. Oh, I even noticed San Miguel was still here. I thought you tapped out. Love you too. Love you too. Love you too, Unc.
Much love, bro. For
Alright,
sure.
be safe. Be safe. Hope everything go well with you at work tomorrow and everything. Hope you have a good
Oh,
day
for
at work.
sure. Absolutely.
Yo, we tapping in tomorrow night, right? Yeah, I know, cause tomorrow Friday.
Funky Friday.
Yeah.
Alright, bet. So, feel me? I'm a look out for that. So I see y'all. You feel me? I see y'all.
Hey, Big Boy, slide Dean my number.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Slide me Sir Miguel number. As soon as you slide me,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna text. I'm gonna text you it. All right, Sir
Oh, for
Miguel.
sure.
All right, be safe. Love you.
All right, bro. Love you too, bro.
Oh yeah. We linked in, man. That's it for the night, man. I
Well,
think
I'm gonna just
I
say
got
this,
ready to.
nephew. I appreciate everything you do, man. And to the people in the chat, much respect for y'all to hang in there. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep supporting the brother, Big Vi, nephew. And always, man, I tell you, God got a purpose for you, man. And he set you at the right place at the right time. Keep doing your thing, man. I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do the damn thing, brother. Much love to you, to the family, and all that good shit, man. And be safe going home in the morning. And we'll chop it up tomorrow, bro.
Most definitely, man. If you ain't going right to sleep, man, hit me up.
Okay.
As soon as you see this shit over with, it won't be long.
Okay.
All right. Mel
All right,
J,
for sure.
thank you so much for being thank you so much for reposting the link to the website. Shout out to everybody in the chat tonight that came through and chilled and kicked it and hung out with us, listened to us politic, talk nothing but the real shit. You hear me? That's all we do over here, man. Like I say, man, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. But God never said that the weapon wasn't gonna form. So guess what? We protect it, man. If you don't believe in it, don't speak it. So I believe in the vindication of R.Kelly, so I'm gonna keep speaking. Free R.Kelly. You hear me?
Facts. Free R.Kelly all the way.
All the way. Here, boom. Until next time,
Okay.
we out this thing.
All right. Peace.